I wanted to be a marine biologist or an astronaut. And when I was 18, I was in my astronaut phase. So that's what I went to study. So I got a degree in maths and physics, and then the human genome was sequenced, and I thought that sounded fascinating. So I decided I wanted to be a geneticist. So I got a degree in genetics, and when it came to postgraduate study, the virology field in Africa was exploding because of HIV, and I realized I wanted to work on an HIV vaccine. So that was 18 years ago. I am a virologist at a biotechnology company working on developing tools for other companies that are developing vaccines against the coronavirus. I'm also a mother to 2 elementary school kids, so I was immersed in virtual schooling without any notice. And I had to take on the role as a teacher, but also as a mother trying to create stability for her little children. I'm also navigating a co-parenting relationship with my ex-husband and the father of my children. He has used the pandemic to destabilize our family even further, and that is probably the hardest thing to navigate. He's a healthcare worker, so that added a whole new dimension of worry. And I seem to be the resident advice columnist to all my friends and family all over the world who email me and call me and text me every single day, asking me about the latest advances in vaccines, about what I think is safe, about their kids going to camp or school or playdates or the supermarket or hairdressers, about what kind of air filters I think they should get in their home, about what kind of masks I think they should get. Everyone seems to think I have all the answers to everything. What was so fascinating was that I've been studying viruses for almost 20 years, and here was a brand new one, and we didn't know anything about it. We all got to watch as the first cases were announced, as the new symptoms were spotted, and as the ideas of what this thing could be and where it had come from. When the genome sequence was released, we all got to work on it. We all got to see how this virus spreads, how it mutates, how dangerous it is, who's susceptible. It was so exciting watching this new bug spread across the world. As terrible as it's been and as damaging as it's been really fascinating because this is my field and this is what I've always been interested in. And it's really exciting. This is the best time to be a virologist. I think the best thing any human could do is work to make other people's lives better. And for me, that was using my knowledge and all my education to contribute to figuring this virus out and help make a vaccine that's going to protect whoever it's given to. So that sense of feeling like you're a part of a global team that's going to save millions, even billions of lives, that's a feeling that's hard to put into words. Also, I've got 2 little kids looking to me every time a news report comes out or their school is closed. I've had to model acceptance and flexibility and stability and a sense of calm. I've had to hold it together for them. I'm a person with heightened anxiety anyway, and I've always been afraid of germs. So when this hit and everything started shutting down, I appreciated that everyone became as germophobic as I had always been. But in terms of the instability, I've had such a rough period of my life the past few years because of my divorce that I'm so used to instability and not knowing what's coming that it didn't really bother me. And I'm also privileged enough that I didn't need to worry about where my next meal was going to come. I didn't have to worry about losing my home. I also knew my job was 100% secure. I've made peace with the things I can't control. And it sounds so weird to say it out loud, but I feel like nothing can throw me off balance now. It was tough to decide if I wanted to tell my kids everything. They're young and smart and inquisitive, but also believe that there are monsters under their bed. But I answered all their questions. They are so chilled out about the virus. They have no fears because they've had it all explained to them by a scientist and not a scary story on YouTube or something. I feel like people end up living in sort of a bubble. You can control your connections now. Everything is tailored towards your taste. You can choose to interact with specific people. Before, I would sit at the table at lunch with 15 other colleagues and everyone had a different opinion about everything. What you took in was so much more diverse and better and enriching. But people are becoming more narrow-minded. They're feeling connected, but not connected enough. It's also highlighted connections that we can't have, such as with my parents. they can't travel and I can't see them and I don't know when I'll see them again. And if they get the coronavirus, I don't know if I'll see them again. And that's terrifying. This is going to sound so cheesy. I hope that we will have learned that we are all the same, that we are all human, that we should all be united so much more than we are. And I mean that on a scale of countries and smaller, on a person-to-person level, like myself and my ex-husband. If we want to make anything work, we need to collaborate and work together. And that's something that hasn't happened yet in the pandemic. We've got countries that are hiding all kinds of data because of pride, and the whole human race is going to suffer because of it. The most tragic thing about the virus is that it's been used as a political weapon, and that's not what it's about. It's about caring for your fellow human, putting on a mask, caring about their health. And if we just done that 7 months ago, we would be in the clear now. But people just can't get over their intrinsic beliefs or their pride, and everyone around them suffers. So yeah, I just hope for unity. Tragically, I think for everyone to realize it, everyone will have to know someone who dies from the coronavirus, because it needs to be real to them, and it needs to affect them emotionally. Yeah, sadly, I don't think it will happen. I think what every scientist and every doctor would love is for everyone else in the world to know that we can be trusted. I don't think people become doctors because they want to hurt people. They become doctors because they want to help people. And people become scientists because they are so curious about the world and they want to figure things out. And if they can figure something out that can help the entire world, they're going to want to share that information. And to know that people don't believe the science about the spread of the virus, and that we're lying to them, and that masks don't actually work, or that the virus was made in the lab. It's just so frustrating and feels suffocating. They just won't believe you. And then to know that 50% of Americans won't get a vaccine when it comes out because they don't trust vaccines. The fact that they think that scientists and doctors would develop something that you inject into your blood and it's going to be harmful to you is so crazy. But this is really hard to navigate because people's beliefs are so deep-rooted in how they were raised and what their parents believed. People will listen to science sometimes if it suits them. Like when the CDC says don't eat romaine lettuce, everyone stops buying romaine lettuce. But when you say get this shot and you can never get infected with the coronavirus and literally 1 in 2 people say no, it's very, 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 very difficult to keep going when you feel like so few people trust in what you're doing. I just wish there was a higher level of trust for scientists and doctors finding solutions. They devote their lives to it.